welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. Wait lang, at medyo inuubo tayo. Ayan, so, my God. It's April 17th, 2025. Tama ba? It's Thursday today and I believe I'm going to run later. I have a lot of, energy in my body. I don't know where to put it. So I think I should do some intense cardio later. Or, yeah. The fire sign needed and Scorpio. And my chart has a lot of water energy and fire. So, let's not worry about it because ano mo naman alam nyo doon, di ba? Syempre, pag hindi kayo masyadong aware, alamin nyo kung gusto nyo malaman. If it's not really relevant to you or, alam mo yun, walang dating, don't worry about it. Just let it be. Sobrang init, guys. Like, I love the weather. It's sunlight. I think I'm feeling better every day. So, let's just do our thing, which is, of course, I'm going to read for you. Okay? So, hindi ako masyadong comfortable and inaalalayan ko yung phone ko kasi tinanggal ko siya sa case niya. So, sandali lang hindi ako mapalagay. Ayusin ko muna. Wait lang. Let's put on our shades because, guys, hindi ko kinakaya. And, yan. With a lot of money in our surroundings. So, let's read. I'm reading 203 and 204 for you. So, ayan. You also will have a reputation to protect. Better to not say or do anything that might rock the boat. You become subtly addicted to material comforts you have acquired, and before you know it, you uphold ideas that you think you believe in, but that really are tied to your need to please the audience or your sponsors or whomever. Creativity is by its nature an act of boldness and rebellion. You are not accepting the status quo or conventional wisdom. You are playing with the very rules you have learned, experimenting and testing the boundaries. The world is dying for bolder ideas, for people who are not afraid to speculate and investigate. Creeping conservatism will narrow your searches, tether you to comfortable ideas, and create a downward spiral. As the creative spark leaves you, you will find yourself clutching even more forcefully to dead ideas, past successes, and the need to maintain your status. Make creativity rather than comfort your goal, and you will ensure far more success for the future. Diba? Kinig lang kayo sa akin, guys. Kailangan sumakses din kayo. Okay? Tayong lahat. Next is dependency. Subtopics to Sana na nakakasunod kayo kasi if not, you have to go back to all my videos from the past. Okay? Dependency is, in the apprenticeship phase, you relied upon mentors and those above you to supply you with the necessary standards of judgment for your field. But if you are not careful, and you will carry this need for approval over into the next phase, instead of relying on the master for evaluation of your work, you ever insecure about your work and how it will be judged, come to rely on the opinions of the public. It is not that you must ignore these judgments, but that you must first work hard to develop internal standards and a high degree of independence. You have the capacity to see your own work with some distance. When the public reacts, you can distinguish between what is worth paying attention to and what you should ignore. What you want in the end is to internalize the voice of your master so that you become both teacher and pupil. If you fail to do so, you will have no internal gauge as to the value of your work, and you will be blown here and there by the opinions of others, never to find yourself. So, um, you really need to find your own footing in work, business, and all types of relationship, guys. Hindi ka dapat, you're not really highly dependent, tama ba, to others. So, kasi they will take advantage of it. I think it's a human thing. That's why I hate humans. So, I'm encouraging each and every one of you to really focus on yourself and your future. Okay, so the right people will come to you. Don't worry. Okay, it will, you know, people that are like-minded people, they kind of like attract each other. If you know, you know. So, next is impatience. Yan. Napaka-trait natin to. Gosh, I've been so patient for the last, ano ba? 11 years. Joke lang, guys. For the last, I think, 4 years. 4 to 5 years. So, impatience. This is perhaps the single greatest pitfall of them all. This quality continually haunts you. No matter how disciplined you might be, you will convince yourself that your work is essentially over and well done, when really, it is your impatience speaking and coloring your judgment. You tend to lose the energy you had when you were younger and hungrier. Unconsciously, you will veer toward repetition, reusing the same ideas and processes as a kind of shortcut. Unfortunately, the creative process requires continual intensity and vigor. Each exercise or problem or project is different. Hurrying to the end or warming up old ideas will ensure a mediocre result. Leonardo da Vinci understood the dangers of such impatience. He adopted as his motto the expression ostinato rigore, which translates as stubborn rigor or tenacious application. For every project he involved himself in, and by the end of his life, they numbered in the thousands. He repeated this to himself, so he would attack each one with the same vigor and tenacity. The best way to neutralize our natural impatience is to cultivate a kind of pleasure in pain. Like an athlete, you come to enjoy rigorous practice, pushing past your limits and resisting the easy way out. So, 'di ba? All types of athletes, guys, okay? So, it's kind of like they have been so used to the pain of, it's because it's not easy. It's not easy. It may look like one because that's because of, regular practice and consistency. So, you gotta really be okay, or not normalize, but you really need to adapt to that kind of pain in order for you to have an easier life later. What I mean is, masanay ka dun sa pain ng practicing para when the time when your big game has arrived, you will be the best one. Diba? Diba? Like myself. Like yourself. Kaya natin to, guys. Kaya mo yan? Ano ka ba? Next is grandiosity. Sometimes greater danger comes from success and praise than from criticism. If we learn to handle criticism well, it will strengthen us and help us become aware of flaws in our work. Praise generally does harm. Ever so slowly, the emphasis shifts from the joy of the creative process to the love of attention and to our ever-inflating ego. So, sobrang lakas nito sa kalalakihan. without realizing it. We alter and shape our work to attract the praise that we crave. We fail to understand the element of luck that always goes into success. We often depend on being in the right place at the right time. So instead, we come to think that our brilliance has naturally drawn our success and attention as if it were indeed fated. Once the ego inflates, it will only come back to earth through some jarring failure which will equally scar us. To avoid this fate, you must have some perspective. There are always greater geniuses out there than yourself. Luck certainly played a role, as did the help of your mentor and all those in the past who paved the way. What must ultimately motivate you is the work itself and the process. Public attention is actually a nuisance and a distraction. Such an attitude is the only defense against falling into the traps set by our ego. So, ako guys, because I'm usually getting compliments, even though ayoko talagang, I don't like getting too much attention kasi I'm susceptible to a lot of energy, and I can feel when someone is jealous, when someone is mad, when someone is, animosity towards you. So, those kind of things, like, I can fucking feel it, even though they are not even saying a word. That is why I hate humans. So, next is, we will continue. But I love humanity, guys, like the collective. Next is inflexibility. Hi guys, so let's continue. Nakailang cut tayo dito sa video. Nakatulog ako guys, like I had a power nap for the last few hours. Parang 2 hours ata. I'm not so sure, basta continue na tayo. We're on inflexibility. Being creative involves certain paradoxes. You must know your field inside and out, and yet be able to question its most entrenched assumptions. You must be what naive to entertain certain questions and optimistic that you will solve the problem at hand. At the same time, you must regularly doubt that you have achieved your goal and subject your work to intense self-criticism. All of this requires a great deal of flexibility, which means you must not get too hung up on a single frame of mind. You must bend to the moment and adapt the attitude appropriate to the moment. Flexibility is not an easy or natural quality to develop. Once you spend a period of time being excited and hopeful about an idea, you will find it hard to shift to a more critical position. Once you look at your work with intensity and doubt, you will lose your optimism and your love of what you do. Avoiding these problems takes practice and often some experience. So when you have pushed past the doubt before, you will find it easier the next time. In any event, you must avoid emotional extremes and find a way to feel optimism and doubt at the same time. A difficult sensation to describe in words, but something all masters have experienced. So we are all in search of feeling more connected to reality, to other people, the times we live in, the natural world, our character, and our own uniqueness. Our culture increasingly tends to separate us from these realities in various ways. We indulge in drugs or alcohol or engage in dangerous sports or risky behavior just to wake ourselves up from the sleep of our daily existence and feel a heightened sense of connection to reality. In the end, however, the most satisfying and powerful way to feel this connection is through creative activity. Engage in the creative process, we feel more alive than ever because we are making something and not merely consuming. Masters of the small reality we create. I am doing this work. We are, in fact, creating ourselves. So, yan guys. Cut na muna natin dito. Next page na. Kung hanggang lang saan tayo matapos, Okay, so thank you guys for listening. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. I'm just going to prepare kasi I think I'm gonna run later. Ngayon na.